Hi guys, so this is actually me from the future. I was editing this video and completely forgot to film an intro. So here we are, we're filming an intro, and I also received such a fun parcel today in the mail, which is my March illumicrate box, and I'm going to unbox this with you guys now because I can't wait to put this in a future video. I'm just so excited. I'm going to open the box. I've got some literal yarn cutting scissors here, which will do, but here we go. I'm going to open the box up. Oh my god, it looks so nice. The only thing is illumicrate's actually changed their packaging. As you can see, it's no longer in the cute little pouch, which is kind of sad, but I'd rather have my book protected than not be protected. I'm so excited. Lies We Sing to the Sea by Sarah Underwood. This is gorgeous. I am obsessed. I don't know if you guys can see this very well on camera, but the gold foil is so beautiful. Okay, so obviously we have the gold foiling and the beautiful front cover. Now this cover is a new cover to the original. I'll put the original cover up on the screen, but wow. And then we have the stenciled edges, which are so beautiful. We have a little ship in the middle there, and as you can see as well from the back of the book and the front, on the edge of the book, the sprayed edges go along with that too, which I think is so cool. And then on the back we have a quote which says, "Her life to appease a god, his life to save a kingdom, her lies to destroy them all." So that is so beautiful. Now we're going to have a look underneath the dust jacket. Wow, it is so beautiful. More gold foiling, and also on the back of the book and on the spine as well, which is stunning. Gods feed on the terror of mortals. Whoa! So it looks like we have a fountain and a goddess possibly on the top of the fountain up here, and then on the back here we also have the saint. Wow, these are beautiful. So we have these beautiful end pages that has even some gold foiling in the detailing there, signed by the author in gold Sharpie, which is so fitting for this book, and the same sort of gist on the back. It is so beautiful. I just couldn't help myself. I had to unbox this with you guys. I'm just so excited about this. Like, I honestly would love to display it like this on my shelves. I think this just looks so stunning, but I am absolutely obsessed with their stenciled edges. They look so cool. So this is my second book officially from illumicrate. This was March's box. So now that I have unboxed this for you guys, I will tell you a little bit about the story. Just read out the synopsis. So it says, death was the start of her story. In the cursed kingdom of Icartha, each summer brings the hanging of 12 maidens, a gift to the vengeful Poseidon. For 17 years, Leto has escaped the curse mark until now. But death does not claim Leto. Instead, she wakes on a mysterious island, greeted by the immortal Element, though. She tells Leto that Icartha's sacrifice are the legacy of the great Odious, and for the lives of Queen Penelope's 12 maids, cast into the ocean centuries ago. Leto has the chance to break the curse. She just has to kill the Prince of Icartha. But the Prince Matthias also seeks to free his kingdom from the curse. Torn by her growing love for both Melanatho and Matthias, Leto must choose a path to follow. By breaking the curse, they will save thousands of lives, but if they fail, then the tides of fate will drown them all. This sounds so interesting. I have only read one Greek mythology retelling, which was Circe by Madeleine Miller. So this is so up my alley because I absolutely loved Circe, and I really look forward to reading more Greek mythology. I'm very excited for this month's box. For the remainder of the video, it is a weekend reading vlog, so it takes part from Friday to Monday. I had so much fun filming this. I really hope you guys enjoy, and we'll continue on with the video. So I'm back here with a little book haul. I obviously went to BW in the previous clips and picked up a few goodies. I'm very excited for both of these. I've been eyeing them for a while now, except I'm very annoyed at myself because I actually picked up the third book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series instead of the second. So I need to go back and pick up the second one because I'm reading them in chronological order. But you can read them apparently as standalones, but obviously the reading experience is just better if you read the series in order. So yeah, I have to pick up the second, but I am just super excited to continue on with this series. I absolutely loved Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And I picked up I Do Not Need Therapy and Other Lies I've Told Myself by Toni Lodge. This is a memoir. Toni is an Australian comedian podcaster. She is an influencer, TikTok and Instagram, but her main gig, she hosts a podcast with her best friend Ryan. So it's called Toni and Ryan. It is such a funny podcast. I listen to it every single day. I absolutely love them two together. They're best friends. They're from Melbourne, Australia. I'm just really excited to pick up Toni's memoir. She's dealt a lot with loss in her life. She lost her mum when I think she was 19, so it obviously goes into depth about that. I'm just very excited to pick this up. She's a hilarious, kind, beautiful human. I am officially a TARPer and I cannot wait to read this. I received a package on Thursday, so I've kindly been sent an early release new fiction novel by HarperCollins, the publishing house in Australia. So I received Dying to Know by Ray Cairns. This is a thriller and I'm very excited to pick this up. Honestly, the premise of this novel sounds very interesting, very thrilling at the same time, and I'm really wanting to pick up a thriller. I've been reading a lot of romance and fantasy romance and literary fiction. I haven't picked up a thriller in, honestly, I couldn't even remember the last time I picked up a thriller. I think the last time I picked up a thriller was back in October. But I'm very excited that I have been selected to be a part of their First in Best Read program. So for the next 3 months, I will receive some early release fiction that's coming out. dog is really annoying me at the moment. I'm going to give you guys a bit of an update with where I'm at with my current reads. Oh wait, Raven. Anyway, talking about Crescent City, House of Sky and Breath. I'm 200 pages in at the moment. So I'm really liking this so far. The world building is taking a lot on my brain though. Like there's a lot of new definitions and terms in regards to urban fantasy. So I'm kind of grasping that concept. So this really reminds me of Angel Fall by Susan E. That series talks a lot about urban fantasy, like dystopian as well. Fallen angels, enemies to lovers, forbidden love sort of thing. I don't know, it's just really interesting. So 200 pages in out of like 788 pages. So I'm reading it on my Kindle because I read a lot faster on my Kindle and I feel like I can take it anywhere I go. This is just a really chunky book, so I don't love like reading it physically, as also it's not very floppy. Floppiness is not there, so I'd much rather read this on my Kindle. So I started a new manga series, which is Death Note. I have the black editions. I have the first 4 black editions. They are combined with 2 volumes. So the first one I read was the black edition in volume 1, which includes volume 1 and 2. I finished this yesterday. I'm really loving this series, except I really want Light to have a wake-up call. I'm getting so frustrated with him, but the Shinigami in here is really funny, so I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And then I also started volume 2, so that is volumes 3 and 4 in the black edition. I'm up to chapter 23 in this edition, so I'm really looking forward to continuing on with this weekend. I really hope to finish this today. The 2 books that I'd like to complete towards the end of this reading vlog, they're 2 graphic novels. So the first one is The Witcher, The Grain of Truth. So this is basically just a short story based on the Witcher series, which I really want to start next month. I picked called the first book up from the library, which is The Blood of Elves. So that's the prequel to the Witcher series. I already watched the TV series and I absolutely love Henry Cavill. I'm so devastated that he will not be returning for season 4. The book is The Telltale Heart. So this is a graphic novel by Harper Calero. So this is based on the Edgar Allan Poe tale. I'm very excited. I actually read The Murders in the Rue Morgue, which I picked up from the library as well. I need to return this, but I did read this last month and I loved it. I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's just super fun. So that's why I picked up the actual classics edition of Edgar Allan Poe's short stories, because I'm very interested in his work. I think the writing is very creative and his story. So yeah, I really look forward to picking this next volume up in this short story collection. Those are my updates, guys. I will do another up towards the end of this vlog. I really hope you guys are enjoying the vlog so far, and I'll see you guys soon.
Good morning, guys. So I was going to do a reading update last night, but I fell asleep. I am in my car about to go to work, and I thought that I would just pop on here and end the vlog, go through all the books I read over the weekend. We had a long weekend here in Australia for Easter, so from Friday through to Monday I had off, and I am so devastated I'm going back to work this morning. So in total over the weekend I completed 3 books and I got 43% through. One of the main reads that I'm currently reading at the moment, but I did make a lot of reading progress, so I'm very happy with myself with that. So that is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which is the first book in the Crescent City series. So I made it up to page 336, so I'm just not exactly halfway, but I'm getting close because there's about 793-ish pages in here. I did make a lot of progress. So over the weekend, I think I started on Friday on page 60. So I did make quite a good amount of progress. I'm really enjoying this. It took me a while to really get into the story. I'm finally starting to want to like keep turning pages. World building was a lot for me. Like there were so many terms and new definitions that I obviously had never heard of, and this is quite different to Sarah J. M.'s Akatar series, for example, but I've heard there are a lot of overlaps throughout all of her series, and they all intertwine with each other. Forward to seeing if that actually happens in this series. I'm really enjoying Bryce as our female main character. I think she's a badass. I think she's awesome, and Hunt as well. But I am a Rune Danon girl. He is like something else. Hello Rune. Hunt, he is very like touch her and you die vibes, but he obviously is on a task to protect Bri during their investigation. So I'm really enjoying the murder mystery side of things. I mean, it's quite devastating what happened to the Wolves and everyone else that's now getting murdered, but I'm very much enjoying this novel so far. I will be picking this up again tonight, but I thought I would just end this on a good note that I made quite a bit of progress. Chapter 35. Also, how cute is my bookmark that I made myself? I laminated it. I'm obsessed with Jujutsu Kaisen, so I had to have my babies with me at all times because I'm waiting on season 2 to come out. And then I finished volumes 1 and 2 of the black editions of Death Note. I read 4 volumes of Death Note, which I am absolutely loving. The dialogue, there's so much dialogue per page, like mostly every page has so much wording. It's honestly amazing. I was so impressed with all the dialogue. It's just so much per page, so I really did read quite a bit. Like, these are very chunky. Obviously they've got 2 volumes in each edition. Loving this. Volume 4 left me on such a cliffhanger. I'll be picking up the 3rd edition of the Death Note Black Edition coming days. House of Earth and Blood will be my current priority until that is finished. Then I'll start Death Note again. But I had so much fun reading these this weekend. They're such fun, like, dramatized reads, and I just love manga. It is such a great other format of reading. I really love the panels, and I started watching the anime last. I haven't watched any animes that I haven't wanted to read the manga of because I love reading the manga and not knowing what's going to happen. And then the final book that I read this weekend, which is actually a graphic novel, which is The Telltale Heart, and this is an Edgar Allan Poe story retelling. Honestly, it's just put into panels of the story. I thought this was very interesting. It was very short, but this is about a man who committed a very bad crime. He murdered somebody, and he thought that he plotted it perfectly, that he was never going to get caught. He did the world a favor, berating this evil person. Honestly, I was like, what? But it was over his eye, the blue eye of this man. He thought that this man carried evil within him because his eye was blue. So he murdered him and put him under the floorboards, and the police come and question the man who thought that he was going to plan it out perfectly. He was never going to get caught. He did the perfect scheme. He was like, yep, I've murdered this person perfectly. No one heard me. No one's seen any evidence. There's no evidence to prove that I was the one who did it. But when the police come and they start questioning, you know, they're saying, sir, are you okay? Because he starts hearing thump, 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 which is the man's heartbeat. He starts hearing a heartbeat, and they're like, are you okay? You've just started acting strange all of a sudden. He's like, I can't take this anymore. And he did himself in. So I just thought that was a very interesting concept. The man who murdered this person said that this man who he murdered was a lovely man. He was always nice to him. So I think the other man just became a bit crazy. Yeah, I don't know. But I did enjoy it. Those are all the reads that I read this weekend, guys. I really hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm slowly getting the hang of this whole vlogging situation, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next week.